Good morning, everybody. Waiting on the monkey.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Give everybody a minute and we'll kick it off. All right. I think I have enough people here, so let's kick it off. JM, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I think we're ready. We can talk about some of the overnight movement and then the gamma positioning and kind of the roadmap and game plan for the RTH session. We did get a little bit of a relief rally in the overnight since the Sunday night futures open. We are up about 50 points from Sunday night open. We traded as low as 74.40 on Sunday night, now trading right around 74.90, basing underneath 74.90 and 7500. We're still inside Friday's range, but the most important thing today is being able to clear and hold above 7500 for upside. That would be a reclaim of the prior balance on SPX, a reclaim of the Monday low that failed, which started the sell off on Thursday. And also, that would be a positive, supportive gamma environment. So, a lot of things point to the upside. If you can hold above 7,500 on the short side, sellers would want to defend there and see continuation back down kind of the overnight range towards the overnight low at that 74.40 area. So that's the main thing to watch. We've rejected it on Friday. We've rejected it again in the pre-market. So early in the session, being able to clear and hold above 7,500 will give an indication of weakness on seller's part or strength on buyer's part, and being able to see continuation to the upside. And if you reclaim there, that's an offsides move. Where shorts are offsides, you can get short covering and possibly a traversal back up the prior balance towards 75.25 and 75.50. So that's the main thing to watch. The upside is much easier above 7,500. It can be a little bit choppy inside the overnight range, and that overnight low area, 74.40 to 74.50, still has some gamma positioning there that can act as support. So those are the areas that I would be watching.
Cool. Thank you. Okay.
Good morning. Focus for me this morning is on Apple and AMD. Not loving a whole lot in terms of being aggressive around the open, but Apple's been the leader and still within this continuation one time framing higher pattern. So it's pretty straightforward. Above 335, sees continuation toward 340, 343. Pre-market volume is decent. It's not super elevated, but for Apple and no news, pretty solid overall. We're just basing here, sort of in the middle of the range. So look for a move through 335, ideally with some volume. We want to defend 331, this pre-market pivot, or sweep it to keep the current structure alive around the first part of the day. AMD did get some news here, so we're getting a bit of a pop, and semis and memory in general are getting a nice bid. A lot of names gapping up in the sector. So that paired with an AMD catalyst. This is not for me at the open, pretty hot and extended, especially with the headline. It was actually a bit extended before the headline. So there's really not good structure to trade here. Maybe a give and go or just an intraday pattern, but worth watching nonetheless. So once we get into the day a little bit, the focus will be on these if they set something up. I would want to see this hold 505, 500 on any dips to stay constructive for the upside. And that's it for now.
Okay. Sorry, did you talk about Apple?
Yeah, fairly quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, I missed that. Was something else. Sorry. So yeah, I'm aligned with you on Apple. I think that one is a good one to watch. See if it has any more upside. Yeah, AMD. I had it on the watch list because I liked it, but it's kind of outplayed now. So um, not really loving it too much unless it starts showing some intraday pattern. Um, so I want to be careful there. Um, Nvidia. I was liking that 207. Still like it for at least a watch. Above 207, I think we can move towards that. 210, which is the 50-day moving average. We're right below that Thursday low here. So if we could break above that, break above Friday high, I think we have a pretty good shot at higher. So yeah, actually, out of all the indices I have or ETFs in my watch list, SMH is actually leading. So it is showing some relative strength in addition to KWEB, which is the tech ETF in China. But yeah, let's see if semiconductors could hold up here today. All of others kind of random. I'm not like in love with anything too much either. I like day two HD downside mover. It's also a break of that trend line on the daily, so it's attempted to push higher, rejected the 200-day, and I think structurally here it could potentially be a really good trade to the downside here. So a green to red move, break of that trend line below Friday lows is something to watch. In terms of the 10-minute chart here, it's obviously harder because it's like usually low volume and there's not a whole lot going on here PM. But big picture, I'm watching 338. I think we can break below that. You could start seeing some more bearish volume come in. ISRG, similar, meaning, well, it's similar because this is a day two move. It's a little bit different because this one is a day two after earnings. So I think it's a pretty clean cut day two after earnings move. Maybe if you see a little bit of a pop, maybe sell into a pop rather than the open drive to the downside. It's just me. I think I would watch that 347, 348 for a turn. Maybe even an attempt for them to recover Friday lows around 348, 15 or so for a turn. So that's ISRG. Netflix. It's funny. I usually watch this name, and also usually watch names uh, earnings, and this kind of like snuck up on me looking through the names this weekend. Netflix had a really good day, like nice comeback off of that gap down. So we're back to that area where uh, I've in the past talked about that 70 being important to hold. We basically just rejected that 70 on Friday. That is the 2021 all-time high, November 2021. So that's been acting as a really good pivot for the years, and we gapped below it. So I'm watching that 70. I have an alert 70. Recovery of 70 could see potentially a gap fill. And maybe like this is what we needed for upside. If not, if this kind of attempt to push higher gets sold into, I would just have an alert on Friday lows around that 65. I think we can see 50 below 65. So that's Netflix. Just have to watch. And then lastly here off the watch list, PANW. It might not be ready yet, but I'm watching that double top all-time high. This one has been a leader within this space, and so I'll be watching this one very closely. Also like some of the other software names. Crowd I still like. Uh, Net. Um, I think D-Dog has a very defined cup and handle near these highs that I'm also watching. I think it's a little early, but held the balance low. So you could draw a rectangle across the last, I think, 2 weeks or so. And if we're holding the bottom of that around 350, and we're back higher. So we'll watch that. That's all I got. Um, I'm going into this week a little cautious. That Friday candle wasn't great. We're still in a range. We're still trading inside of a triangle in the daily. And I've posted this before, but I can do it again. But there's no like technical damage. I just don't like how the market acted on Friday. We actually attempted to recover 3,500 and got sold into fairly quickly end of day liquidation. So it just shows me kind of a weak attempt to push higher, weaker hands, shorter term traders. And we actually closed below the 50 now. Okay, we're above the 50 and the 20-day. And will they hold it up or not? We'll see. It's an inside day so far to Friday. All right, so just cautious, but yeah, we'll watch. Sarang, are you liking anything?
Hey, good morning. No, I think even I don't like much, to be honest. I looked at all the stock maybe 2 times or 3 times from morning, nothing liking up. So I think I will wait. So I think a couple of day to set up, you already covered. ISRG is also a simple day to set up below 344. But yeah, the spreads are very wide at the open, so we cannot have a open drive on this one. So what I'll be watching is 348 to 351 area rejection and then move lower. So that is the one. And NBIS actually it had a strong day on Friday. So but there is no pre-market
Was
structure.
upgraded too.
So yeah, it is upgraded to today. So I think they
Mm-hmm.
they were able to raise some capital without
Mm-hmm.
offering. So that is something I like it. So investors still see a confidence in that stock. So let's see how we set up intraday. So if we form some kind of a flag break or something, we can definitely target 197, 198 area to the upside on NBIS. But for now, it's looking better extended in the pre-market. What actually I like it. I think Space Monkey, you posted the news like Apple is going to increase. So it didn't react much. So maybe due to OPEX or something, I don't know. So this
Mm-hmm.
480 area, 478, 480 area is the key. So I will watch on a reclaim of this 478 to 480 area. So stock had a news, I think, in last month. Some AI related stuff they are doing it, and it had big pop up in May or June something. We had a big rally to 534, but after that it's just faded all the rally. So let's see if we reclaim this 478. I'll be watching to 492 to 495 target on spot above 480.
Yeah, that's a good one. I feel around that area for quite a while. Uh,
Yeah,
so
above 495, 500 is a clean trade, I would say. But below that, it's very tough.
yeah, I agree. It's nice structure. It's a nice trend line to watch as well. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's it from my end. So nothing much to.
Cool. Thank you. Let's take a look. AOI Friday almost tagged that 200-day moving average. It's a pretty important area, that 90. It's we based around that area in March, and then that actually triggered the move to all-time highs. But I think these are like technicals matter less and less like quicker trades because of what they are and how they fit into the AI play as a whole. So that's why you often see huge moves to the upside on these whenever there's very positive news. We're in a clear downtrend here, but I think 90, 85, that range. It's not a terrible spot if you like it, actually. Yeah, Amazon, I don't see, man. Um, which is why it's gonna squeeze today because often when I say that or talk crap about stock, it moves. So I mean, let's hope that happens because it would be nice to trade Amazon again. I haven't done it in a while. Um, the what I would say is that the Friday high is that very defined level we talked about last week. I think that 250, 252 area. We saw a huge move off of that, and then we saw a huge sell into that. We weren't able to move above that 258, 260 area, which is the high from November of 25. It's an all-time high level. So we're back below that. So I'm a little cautious. I think it's a better trade above 260 Amazon. Doesn't mean that you can't scalp it or whatever, but I think it's harder. So I noticed iron, for me, a harder trade, not my trade. There's another name that's up top of my list, up 13%. It's HUT. Just a random name. Okay. Eli Lilly, LLY. So keep an eye on that 1188. But for me, it might be a bear flag we're in here and a fairly newly established downtrend, potentially, unless we're above like 1200. So yeah, it's harder. We've rejected the 9-day around that 1188 twice in the last 2 days. So I think what's worked in this market is like identifying rotation or strength in a particular area of the market and trading those names within. Um, okay, DPZ. This is the last name I'm going to look at because I need to do something before the open. DPZ. Yeah, nice gap above. Up on earnings. Pretty good structure PM, actually. I don't hate it at all. DPZ. That's Domino's Pizza. DPZ. Yeah, that's it, Mate. I don't know. Pretty relatively good volume, I'm sure, as well. This one usually trades
Mhm.
thinly. But I think Arvo is okay. I think it's a nice setup for an open drive, actually.
Yeah. The 1530 looked good. The hourly is pretty extended, so I have a 351 level. I haven't charted this in a while, but 351, 346, 100 days in there too. So pretty big resistance here.
Mhm.
Could be a
The
good
only thing with
spot
this
to
one,
cover.
sorry, the only thing with that one is I think it's had a couple like buyout rumors and stuff like that, and it's just been a harder trade, I think, unless I'm thinking of something else. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So AMD gave back a lot of the, well, give back most of that pop. Meta's interesting to me. It did have it did have news on Friday, and it did see a nice move. Fortunately, I was like grabbing coffee or lunch or something when that happened, so I missed that really nice turn off that 25, I think. I don't know if some of you guys caught it, but yeah, it's still holding up gains nicely. So fortunately, I'm watching Meta this morning. Ready? Arts, I don't know if you're around, but you want to call out what's your favorite this morning? B Dorts. No, you don't have to speak. You could just call it out here, and I'll tell people which one you're liking the most out of the names you have in your watch list. Don't worry. We have about 2.5 minutes to go here, guys. Apple catching a bit of a pop here with less than 5 minutes to go. So B Dorts, yes, some of his favorites would be Amazon, Meta, and Nvidia. For anybody new, Dortz is one of the analysts. He has his own channel. Same with Sarang, TC, and IB. If you don't see their channels, go to browse at those channels. All right, so Meta's looking good. Google's holding up really nicely. Apple, that pop I just called out earlier, got sold into. So keep an eye on that 335 above. We're open. Nvidia, nice open drive here, testing that 207. And Google, quick move above 352. Meta, watch this dip in Meta, guys. Could be a nice little sweep. 200-day moving average meta is right here, 640. Pretty ugly drop, but could be something to watch. Nice turn. Google looks strongest here. IWM's showing some relative strength here off the open as well. It's been pretty strong lately.
We did open above the supportive zone. Now trying to clear 7,500 right off